We live, my guy?
We are live.
Dude, episode 2.
Episode 2.
I'm a little more excited for this just because I'm not rambling on about what we plan on doing.
Yeah. No, the last podcast ended where we basically explained what the next part was going to be, explaining more in depth of what we wanted to do, but we made a collective decision not to bring any of that concept up because we want to try and keep what we plan on doing a surprise.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of that, though. Because, I think I was trying to finish my Pokemon Omega Ruby Nuzlocke, and I kept going off about, things I wanted to do in, Pokemon Y and Pokemon Moon.
Dude, no, that's just normal conversation because you're very passionate about what you want to do. We always get into these conversations, right? We'll be getting into a conversation and this dude just rambles on and on and on about what he wants to do with his life when it comes to video games. And, the number of times that this guy has given me the same exact kind of conversation about Spider-Man and his want to play the game in every single suit, which I don't know if he's completed, but he's definitely gotten pretty far in doing that.
Somewhat. Sometimes I lose track and then I restart.
Jesus Christ. Dude.
I cannot tell you how many times I played with the negative suit.
Oh my god. See, I could.
Ooh, damn.
I wouldn't be able to bring myself to do that. That's just too much. I can replay a game if it's good enough, but most of the time I don't know if I have the will to replay a game over and over and over and over and over and over and over again just to play it in different suits.
The fact that you believe that Marvel's Spider-Man doesn't have any replay value makes me want to just strangle the shit out of you.
Dude, it was one of those stories where it's you can play it and experience it, but then all of the experience that you got from it, the actual emotional value that you received from it, is gone after you've already played through it.
Here's a funny thing. I'm pretty sure PewDiePie played actually I don't really know because I haven't watched his videos. Fuck PewDiePie. Anyway.
Fuck you. PewDiePie's great, man.
Let me finish. I'm pretty sure that just peaked. Anyway, I'm pretty sure some people who played it and had face cam, they burst into tears upon the end of that game.
Dude, I almost burst into tears when I played that game. But then after it's the same thing for me when I watch movies, right? When I can't really rewatch movies because all of the emotional turmoil or the emotional attachment that I had for the characters is now gone because I know everything that's going to happen. It just takes away from me. That's why I don't really rewatch movies unless I love the movie so much. Like King Arthur, The Legend of the Sword. I love that movie to death. I can rewatch that movie over and over and over again. I'll probably get sick of it if I do it that way, but every time I watch it, I'm fully immersed into it only because the story itself and how it's told, I enjoyed. I found it to be a lot better than how other King Arthur stories were told. But that's just my opinion. Okay,
I take it back. I'm pretty sure I did come close to crying. That's fucking loud because you have that close to the mic, you fucking prick.
I'm sorry.
That's still loud. Jesus.
My Yorks are my life, man.
No free advertisement. Jesus Christ.
Fine, I'll put it on the floor, you asshole.
I could hear that. Well, I'm trying something new, so I actually have headphones plugged into the mic that we're using right now, and I can hear everything now just because at the end of the first podcast we were trying to review it, and we started to notice that I was putting my elbows and my hands on the table a little too much, so you would hear something like this. And if any of you are wearing headphones that have a great bass in them, I probably just killed your ears.
Dude, no, literally, I don't have headphones in. Earbuds, nothing. I don't have it. I'm just watching the audio levels, and just a small tap on the table makes it peak, only because the mic is sitting on the table that we're sitting on.
Yeah, so apologies for all the thuds and all that shit. I'm trying to like not touch the table, and it's really difficult because
I know I was also a part of that because I got myself comfortable and I was putting my foot on one of the legs of the table to sit comfortably, and I know for a fact that I was probably bumping the table a couple times. I was like, God.
God fucking damn it, Canyon. Oh, shit, I was actually... You pretty much set me up for a segue, and it completely left my brain because I wanted to bring up the fact that I almost cried in both Spider-Man games, but didn't.
Don't tell me anything about Miles Morales. I have not played it yet. You say a single fucking thing about that game, I will strangle you in your sleep.
I will strangle you. I know where you sleep, motherfucker. I'll strangle you in yours.
I know where you sleep too, bitch. You're right across the frickin' way. Not even really right across. We have a bedroom right next to each other.
Fucking ass. Fuck, I forgot what we were segueing into. Something.
Because this guy doesn't know how to converse with another person. He's having issues trying to get segues into more conversation.
Well, okay, so given the state I'm in right now, I probably would. That's mainly why I forgot, because I just wanted to bring up that fact. Right, I was bringing up like you and your old King Arthur bullshit.
No.
Fucking. When I was younger, I used to watch movies over and over and over again like that. I think the only movie that I know all the lines for. Actually, I don't think it's not a movie at this point. Like I can tell you the whole script of Marvel Spider-Man from start to finish.
Dude, like, no, I did the same fucking thing with Spider-Man when it first came out. I was obsessed. Spider-Man forever will be my favorite superhero. But no, have you seen the movie Shazam? Dude, when I was over at my parents' house sitting, I saw it on HBO, and I was like, no way, I gotta play this. That movie is amazing.
I saw it before they put it on HBO, but I love that movie. That one almost got me too. Like, this is when Jasmine and I were still dating before we became engaged, and I was up late watching movies, and I was watching Shazam, and like I think I almost cried just because of like Billy's story in that movie.
Oh yeah.
And I even started telling her things like, when we have a child, I swear to God, we're not gonna be like any of these people.
Dude. No, like, I just liked the aspect of that story where you had this kid being given all this power and responsibility, and yet he does what a normal kid would do. He takes advantage of it. He fucking goes and makes money for giving people... Well, he kind of fails at making money because people wouldn't give him money. But
some people would give him money.
Yeah, some people gave him money. But most people, like, there's that definite scene where he's taking pictures of people, and he's like, oh, I usually charge like $20, whatever, and bye. You know? Because he's so awkward as a kid, he doesn't know how to deal with stuff like that. Normally, like, I've been to Vegas, right? You walk up to someone, and you take a picture with them, and then don't pay them. They literally chase you down until you pay them. Because they're money-grubbing whores, okay? And all they're doing is wearing a bikini. Like, what the fuck?
That's dumb.
No, I remember when I was in Vegas, my grandma, we saw Showgirls on the Strip, right? And my grandma's like, you need to go get a picture taken with those Showgirls. And I was like, no. Why would I do that? Next thing I know, I'm standing next to this half-naked woman that's like twice my size. And I'm like, God damn it. Why, Grandma?
So I know DC is never going, like, the DCEU will never be as good as the MCU, just because some of those movies are garbage. But with the story behind Shazam, I feel it's a really underrated.
Yeah. And
it's a really good movie. Like, I really like it more than Aquaman.
Dude,
I really
Aquaman
do.
was horrible.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
No, what I'm looking forward to is the Snyder cut of the Justice League. Because I've been reading all kinds of stuff. I don't know if I should believe it or not, but like they're releasing stuff like it's supposed to be like a 3-hour long movie. they've
Jesus
changed.
Christ.
Yeah, they've changed a bunch of stuff. Like they changed like the model of the main enemy. I don't remember what his name is because he kind of fucking sucked. But and then like they added stuff that they had to remove because of companies not wanting to put shit in for some reason. Hopefully, and this is the big thing for me, they need to fix the CGI on fucking Superman's lips because of those reshoots that he did. He had a fucking mustache. And
Oh,
they had,
yeah.
And
so they had to CG his mustache
off
because
and it looked horrible.
Yes,
dude.
it looked.
It was
The amount
so
of
bad.
the amount of money that they spent on that was ridiculous.
And they couldn't get that right.
That's bullshit.
Dude, like that's crazy. Like I remember I went to the movies with my parents to go see that movie, and they're watching this, and my dad didn't even realize that his fucking lips were CG. He didn't even notice and then I mentioned it to him. He's like, "What are you talking about?" And literally like months later, after it finally goes on TV, I look at him. I'm like, "Look at his lips right now and tell me that's not fucking weird." He looks at it, stares at it, and he's like, "Shit, you're right." I was like, "I know I'm right. I took film, motherfucker. I noticed shit."
That's what I fucking hate about that class. Now I pay attention to a lot of like minor details that
just
shouldn't even matter,
Dude.
and it's dumb.
No, like, I'd be watching a movie, and I'd be like, "Oh, that was an okay movie." And then my parents would be like, "How did you not like that movie?" And I'd be like, "I didn't say I didn't like it. It's just there's a lot of flaws, plot holes." And they're like, "How are there plot holes?" And then I go into explaining it for them, and then they're like, "Man, you just fucking ruined the movie for us." And it's like, "I'm sorry. Film fucked me up, man."
Yeah, like, and to give an example of those things I pay attention for, like, I don't even know how I noticed it, but while Jasmine was off at basic, I just started binge watching all of Arrow because I had never watched it in its entirety, and I started watching The Flash. I haven't seen all of those CW DC shows, and now that I'm bringing this up, I know that I have to finish watching it, but it's gonna piss me off because Batwoman, which is like the new addition to that Arrowverse, basically, is on HBO.
Okay.
We don't have HBO anymore because we couldn't pay for it. And motherfucker, you bet your ass you're gonna sit there and watch Game of Thrones with me.
Dude, Game
You're
of Thrones
watching
is
Game of
so
Thrones with me.
overrated.
No, you're watching it with me, and you're gonna fuck. I hit the table with my elbow. You're gonna watch it with me, and you're gonna realize why it's so overrated.
Yeah,
Because it's actually really good for about the first 5 seasons.
How many seasons are there?
8.
Oh yeah, so only the first 5 are good, and the rest are shit.
Okay. The 5 out of 8 seasons are good, but the last 3 are they're horrible.
Like, okay, I was like, for the longest time, I heard about The Walking Dead. She's asleep.
I could hear her snore.
Yeah. No, I was avoiding The Walking Dead for the longest time because everyone was hyping it up. Everyone was like, "Oh, this is the best show on TV. AMC is genius. This is amazing. Oh my god." And one day I'm at my grandparents' house, and I don't remember how old I was, but my grandpa has Netflix. So he's just going through Netflix, and he's like, "Is there anything you want to watch?" I was like, "All right, let's watch The Walking Dead." He's like, "The Walking Dead?" And I was like, "Yeah, zombies." He's like, "Oh, zombies? And you know, what are you, gay?" He didn't really say that, but he said it in a way that meant that. But anyway, we go in and we open up it. We literally binge watched the first 4 seasons of The Walking Dead in a single day, pretty much. Like, we stayed up like all night, and like we just watched all of it, and we're just sitting there and we're like, we need to go to bed now.
We need to go to bed now.
It was like, it wasn't as good as people were making it out to be, in my opinion, but the story was so captivating for me personally because it reminded me of the Walking Dead Telltale game, which is a masterpiece.
Yeah, that's only the good one. And now I'm starting to get pissed off because I think the mic can pick up her snoring and her phone is going off and I'm getting like really, really upset. So we'll be back after these messages. And we're back. Sorry, I need to take a quick second to tell her to go to bed, but you know women, it's like herding cats. Well, ooh. I don't really mean that, but talking to my significant other is like talking to a brick wall. I'm trying telling her that I could hear her snoring, and she just doesn't give two shits. She's still passed out on the couch. Anyway.
The wonders, man.
Back on that Walking Dead topic. Phil brought this up on a really early episode of Sunday Sauce, which I'm a really big fan of because I'm a fan of Vinny's, and so that whole thing. But anyway, he brought up they were talking about TV. Fuck, I did it again. They were talking about TV shows, and he brought up The Walking Dead. He's like, first season, phenomenal. The rest of it, garbage. Legit how he said that, and I quote. And now that you bring that up, I have to think about it my own way. Honestly, first two seasons are great. The rest, it just kind of like falls from my graces.
Like, I can agree with that. Like, each season wasn't better than the previous, and that's mostly because they're trying to pull from the comic, right?
Yeah.
The comic was very successful, but it's like they also were making it different from the comic, right? Because if I remember right, Carl doesn't die in the comic, but then he dies in the show.
But they'll never know what season. I do, though, because my brother...
I know what season because I fucking watched it.
You know, I have actually never seen past season 7. I have not.
No, I literally own all seasons of The Walking Dead.
It's on Netflix.
I don't have Netflix.
I do.
Yeah. But am I paying for it? No.
But, yeah, some things are spoiled for me because my brother's an asshole and spoils things. So, like, he's watched over and over again all 9 seasons of The Walking Dead. We haven't watched Fear the Walking Dead, though.
I watched a couple episodes of Fear the Walking Dead, and that one, it's okay, but I personally do not like it compared to the original Walking Dead, only because the characters on there were not as likable.
Yeah. It's just, oh man, that show.
Like, that show, I remember when I was binge watching it with my mother because I got her hooked on it. The moment that Glenn, I think is his name, Glenn, the Asian guy.
Yes.
Glenn. I'm sorry.
Just set the baby off. I could hear her. I can hear her. Anyway.
The moment Glenn died, my mother, she was so mad.
Oh wait, shit! Spoilers.
Oh, who cares anymore? I already put spoiler warning earlier.
Dude, I cared. Like, when people spoiled that for me and told me that Glenn died, I almost flipped a desk. Because I'm like, motherfucker!
No, when people spoiled Avengers Endgame,
I spoiled Avengers Endgame for my brother just to get back at him because motherfucker spoiled Game of Thrones for me, spoiled The Walking Dead, and like I wanted to punch him in the throat.
No, literally, like, I don't go to the movies very often, right? So I had like my friend group when I was in high school that I would go eat lunch with because someone decided not to show up to school. Don't flip me off.
Kiss my ass.
I would hang out with them at lunch. Literally, I would walk in and they're talking about Avengers Infinity War. They're talking about Avengers Endgame when those movies were out. And I'm like, dude, it came out yesterday and you already fucking saw it.
I think 2 days after Endgame came out though, and I feel I needed to toot my own horn because I got to help with its gross after it came out, and it was technically like a date. I went and watched it, like 2 days after it came out with Jasmine in theaters. And then after I spoiled it for my brother, I'm like, fine, then I'll take you to go see Endgame tomorrow. So I pulled my normal shit, not going to school, cutting class. Then I come home, and I think it's a Tuesday. I had the day off because we were working at the place with no name because fuck everyone there anyway. And I took
fuck that place.
I got to see it in 2 days. I took I took myself, my brother, my sister, and my brother's friend to go see Endgame. And it wasn't all that great the second time just because there was like this one couple that was just being loud as all could be during the movie, and I like wanted to punch someone.
Dude, thinking of that, I remember when Suicide Squad came out for my birthday. In my family, on a person's birthday, we would go to dinner and we would go watch a movie of their choice in theaters, right? Before this whole C-19 thing.
C-19.
We went to go see Suicide Squad, and there's this dude in the back. I don't know what his deal was, but literally, just him. He would, like, every time he would see the Joker, he would flip out. Not mad. He would have an excitement overload to the point where my dad literally was, like, standing up, staring at him like, bitch, shut up.
Just shut up.
And
just shut up.
And when, after the whole movie's over, the dude's like, what'd you think of the Joker? Did you like the Joker? And I'm like, I was like, dude.
That hurts my soul just because Jared
Leto's Joker was not very good.
Yeah. Like, I knew his name, I was getting there.
No, like.
Fuck me, dude.
Maybe later.
Let's not.
But no, like, did I hate that Joker? No. I didn't hate it. But it didn't work. It did not work.
I hated his face.
Like, I don't give a fuck about the face.
No, I hated his face and everything, like, behind the Joker's character. Like, all the like tattoos and shit. Like, it kind of got me a little.
It didn't fit. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh.
Like, the actor, whatever. The actor, he could have been an amazing Joker if they would have portrayed the Joker better. Because that Joker, who the fuck? He was wearing fucking grills, dude.
Exactly.
That's weird.
Here's another thing, though. Like, people overhyped the Joker for that movie. Dude didn't even get all that much screen time.
No.
So, like, why the fuck are we hyping up Jared Leto's Joker? Another thing is, like, he fucked himself up to try and get in a character for the Joker, and it's like, that was a waste of time. So sending your coworker a dead rat was not worth it because you fucking just... Yeah, you weren't really in that movie, bro.
Yeah, no, it was like...
That's kind of like my snide snot, like, whatever word.
English. Was that not your strong suit in high school?
You know what? Fuck you. I failed all my classes because I slept during them.
I never failed a single one of my classes.
It's supposed to be like a snark just because I don't want to laugh and make it peak because I don't want to copy someone's hyena laugh.
Do you think that's gonna bother me? I know I got a fucked up laugh, man. No, my laugh used to be like me hyperventilating. That's what my laugh used to be. And then after I got back from basic and all of the funny shit that happened and how much I actually started laughing and how much I opened up when I was there, oh my god, my laugh went from hyperventilating to sounding like I'm about to die by a hyena, or everyone around me is like, where the fuck is it at? Are we gonna die? Like, that, I can't. It's just, this is who I am now, and I accept every single ounce of it. And I'm...
I was gonna segue through what I was about to say, and I have no idea what I'm gonna say now because we went on that tangent about the laugh.
Because my laugh's terrible.
The only thing I've got on the brain right now is Rocket League. Like, dude, we need to play some more of that.
Dude, Rocket League is really fun. Okay, I was avoiding it for the longest time because when it first became a thing on YouTube, I was kind of like, it's just soccer with cars. And then I played it. Fucking hate the controls. But I played it and I was like, this is fun. And then when Elijah and I went on to online matches, I sucked ass. But I felt such pride in myself when I managed to help Elijah out in getting a goal, or I was being able to be aggressive enough that they weren't able to chase after the ball as easily.
Right.
Because I'm kind of an asshole and I kind of destroy everybody that I can. But
now let me put this into perspective. I taught this kid how to play. I taught this guy how to play Rocket League within like 2 hours because all we really did was we played like private match just so it would be the two of us just because our Wi-Fi isn't really the best. So I made him play through like different levels of bots every time. So like there's like rookie, beginner, I think pro, and then all-star. And I made you play through all of them in at least 3 matches. And so yeah, I try to at least do that now, only so that we kind of have that like practice in us before we go on to like online matches, just because people are pieces of shit.
Like that one little kid who kept saying, what was he saying that was getting you mad?
Legit, this kid, anytime he made a goal, would type in Fury, just Fury in the chat box, and I'm like, thank fuck you're not sitting next to me because I might rip your throat out, you little shit.
No, because every time that he would say Fury, every time he would make a goal, right? But then...
Sorry, I forgot how to breathe.
But no, like, we played with this kid for multiple online matches because we kept getting matched with him on the opposite team.
Literally like 5, but in those 5 games, maybe 6, because games take like 5 minutes, that little shit just he irritated me, and then started making like more adult comments, and like, I don't know what it is with me, but after playing Rocket League, and it's probably just because I'm a parent, but after playing Rocket League and people are like talking shit on others in the way they talk shit, like I have to try reporting them, and then I block them, because if you report them on Rocket League, it's more likely that they can just like be thrown out of their like account and suspended essentially, because like, and it may be just because I'm a parent now, but it's like kids don't deserve to do that, or don't deserve to have that done to them, because if you're having fun in a game, that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
So like when I see that, I know it's no longer targeted at me, but like I try not to take offense to that. Because I try to keep more of a level head, because if I would see shit like that, it would piss me off, and then I would like start arguments over like online with people that weren't really necessary because they're dumb. So I definitely try to keep more of a level head, but I make sure to try to report them, just because no kid deserves that. They're just trying to have fun, and I'm kind of fucked up because of it.
No, like, that reminds me of when I first started getting into online games. The first game that I ever played that was online was Halo 4. Okay? Now, the problem with that was, at the time, I was in middle school, and I was one of those little annoying pieces of shit that complained about everything, right? But only when I was with my friends, right? Because the guy that I was playing, that I would got Halo 4 to play with, he would laugh, and it made his day when I would flip shit on things. So it kind of made it normal for me to flip shit for no reason whatsoever, right? But when I play by myself, right? Quiet as shit, no mic in, nothing. I'm just silent the whole time, just like staring at the screen. I would die and be like,
That's kind of how I am in like online games, and if people like spawn camp you, mainly because I'm playing more Call of Duty now, and it's more likely with shit like that. It pisses me off to no end, and I'll actually say something, but most of the time I'm quiet.
No, okay. So we need to take this into consideration, right? I've done that before, spawn camp someone, but I did it to my brother. Oh my god.
Okay, like,
have you ever spawn camped someone who's literally sitting right next to you?
no.
Dude.
No, because the person who used to sit right next to me was my brother, and we used to play a shitload of Black Ops 2 Hijacked, because it was like the smaller map in Black Ops 2 and more familiar for us, just because like we know the map inside and out, but we would only always battle on the top because we'd play like more party based games, and those party based games are only meant for like local games.
Yeah.
Because you can't put bots in, and we would play a game mode called Sticks and Stones. Sticks and Stones will make you either punch your brother in the throat or you'll snap your controller in half, because the way it works is all you have in that game mode in Sticks and Stones is a crossbow and a ballistic knife. But you're also equipped with a tomahawk. If you can manage to hit someone with a tomahawk, they get a humiliation. So it's, have you ever played Gun Game?
Yes.
You know how Gun Game works, where
Yeah.
if you knife someone or melee them, they get a humiliation, so they degrade. In Sticks and Stones, if you hit someone with a tomahawk and humiliate them, it removes all of their points that they earned from getting kills.
Dude, no. I've played Sticks and Stones before. Honestly, that was like my favorite thing.
But same.
No, because I love those ballistic knives. I was obsessed with those. Every time I ever got a chance to get one of those, I don't know why, but whenever I play with the group that I would play Sticks and Stones with, I was unstoppable with those ballistic knives, because how my strategy usually goes is wander around until I run into someone, right? But in Sticks and Stones, right, you have either that crossbow, which, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the people I played with, they did not know how to use the crossbow. Because
It's not that hard to use a crossbow.
it's not.
It's literally like using a ballistic knife, except it's more, I guess it's in a way more sensitive. Like you have to be more dead on.
Yeah, you had to be more dead on with it. But like with the ballistic knives, right, how my strategy always was, literally I would turn a corner, someone right there in my face, ballistic knife, and they're dead, right? I got so much hate in that group that I was playing with that they literally banned me from using the ballistic knife. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna use the tomahawk instead. And then I became good with the tomahawk. And then they were like, let's just not play with you anymore.
Okay, but you have to understand, through someone who actually like plays Call of Duty, that shit is annoying, because now with the way that the system works, you can actually like equip something called like a perk, or not the perk, wild card. So it'll allow you to like equip a knife as your primary weapon, and you don't have a secondary. And basically, you have to get up close and personal, but the way people run their knife classes is it's just a knife, and their lethal is tomahawk or a throwing knife or whatever is in the game. You know how irritating it is when you aren't paying it, when you're trying to actually like hit someone down range, you have a dude you don't even know exists right to your right, and then just throws a throwing knife in your neck, or fucking stabs you, and it is annoying because they come out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's like,
and it pisses me off.
No, that's one thing I love about first-person shooters, is when they integrate stuff like that. Because personally, like, I like to play those RPG games, right? I'm not the biggest fan of gunfight games, right? I like sword fight games.
You're just a pussy and don't like FPS in general.
No, I love FPSs. Dude, my favorite video game of all time besides Persona 5 is Borderlands. But Borderlands 2, I set up Zero with the melee class. So I had the option, so I did it. But
it's not the same though.
No, like I know the sniper build's better, but excuse me.
Fucking nasty ass.
I'm sorry, but no, like I like the concept of melee in first-person shooters because if someone's so focused on like sniping someone from across the way and you magically walk up on them, it's like, bitch, just knife them, and then it's like, suck it. The reason that I got into that was the assassinations in Halo. Okay, I got so obsessed with that because I wanted to get that achievement to unlock more armor presets. So I was like, I want to be I don't remember how many assassination kills you had to get, but I was like, literally, I didn't even have the gun. I wasn't even using it. Literally, my whole loadout was I took off the primary and only had my secondary set. If I remember that, if you could do that or not. But basically, I didn't use the weapons at all. Literally, all I did was run around until I found someone that I could run up behind so I can get an assassination kill on them. And it got me obsessed with that playstyle. Main reason why, like in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, my favorite Spider-Man to play as was Spider-Man Noir because of the stealth mechanic. It was the idea of trying to sneak up on people to just get that single achievement is what got me really into stealth and knives.
I fucking hate you.
Dude, I just thought it was cool that they had a full ass like plethora of animations for these different assassination situations that you can get yourself in Halo. I was just obsessed with it. I don't know why. But it's also like I really wanted that.
If we're going to keep coming back to animation, I will strangle you because it all comes back to everyone gives me shit for trying to see different suit animations in Spider-Man for cutscenes, and everyone's just like, well, that's fucking weird of you, but here I am, fucking stealth assassination animations and fucking... I forgot what the fuck you did. Anyway, fucking asshole, fucking
weirdo, thinking that it's okay to play Spider-Man over and over and over again in different suits.
What's wrong with that? Actually,
you want to give yourself a mental breakdown?
Too late. I think what my plan was, actually, because I want to go back to that. I was actually playing Spider-Man earlier today, and because I was bored, I'm like, what if I do the playthrough with the new DLC or with the new update suit, which was the not the Amazing or Arachnid Rider, it's the armored advanced suit. I'm like, I don't see why not. People have already like uploaded a bunch of videos of them playing with the standard suit. I wonder what it would look like with just the armored, because it's essentially the same thing. It's just it's going to be different.
Yeah.
The eye movements won't be the same.
It won't be the same.
And then jumping away from that, there was... Oh, right. A 1v1 your ass in Halo 4, and I bet I'll win.
I only have Halo 4 on the computer, dude.
Cross-compatibility.
I don't know if it's cross-compatible.
I'm pretty sure it is. Microsoft products are just... They're like that.
Like
actually, no, it also would just make more sense, because if you have it for PC, you're...
it is connected to my Microsoft Live account.
That and your whole computer runs off Windows as well. So, yeah. I mean, it would only make sense, but I don't have gold. But I'll still beat your ass. We'll record it, too.
Well, we'll find out. I just need to finish Halo 2 Anniversary. Then I gotta finish Halo 3, Halo Reach, then get to Halo 4. I think Halo 3 ODST is on there, too, so I'm gonna have to play that.
This is why people hate me, though, because... When I was playing through it while we were still living in our camper, I actually tried playing the games in their chronological order, asshole.
Dude, I don't give a shit about chronological order.
I give a shit. You have to play it Reach. Actually, technically, if you are playing all of them, it has to be Wars, Reach, Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3 ODST, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo 5, and Halo Wars 2. And then the new one that's coming out.
The thing is, though, I hate the Halo Wars games.
That's because you are a big baby bitch, and you do not like RTS games.
I don't like RTS games. No, the only RTS game that I ever played that I liked was the Star Wars version one, and my brother and I, we discovered that because my ex uncle had that computer game downloaded on my grandfather's computer when he would come over and he would play it, right? My brother and I, we discovered it and we're like, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is cool. And then we're like, we can get Darth Vader. We can get you Luke Skywalker. Oh my god.
The RTS game that makes me not so picky about RTS games. Now, I can understand, like, with Halo Wars, though, it's not for me, it's not the fact that it's RTS, it's just, those, playing one mission, or one level, rather, it just can go on and on, like, you'll be finding like, if you're trying to do it right, I found myself once trying to play, like, one of the first 4, like, levels of the game for, like, an hour. Just because I was trying to get set up.
No, that's the one thing that sucks about those games is you have to get set up. And I have the game, that Star Wars game. I bought it when I was in elementary school at the book fair. Because they actually were selling at the book fair, which I thought was weird. But I got it, and I started trying to play it. And that was really weird. Because it was years after. I was like, this game's amazing, I'm going to play it. And the thing that I didn't realize was, it takes so long to get that stuff set up, because how usually those games work, right, is everyone starts, like, the enemies that you're fighting start at 0, you start at 0, and then everyone starts building up, right?
Right.
Every AI that I've ever played against in that game, even on easy, was able to build an army faster than me. Because guess what? Games like that are rigged that way, and I hate it.
Yeah, they're rigged for you to actually try harder.
Yeah. No, like, literally, I ran out of resources, and I couldn't get anything from around me anymore. So I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. Literally, don't even get, like, I literally start going, like, maybe 10 paces. And literally, the enemy has already built a base almost all the way to mine already. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Anyway, I didn't. Yeah, they are rigged that way, but I didn't get to finish my thought because I brought up Halo Wars again. But the game that got me in RTS was Warcraft 3, and it was mainly because at the time I had a cousin living with me, and he would use the computer, and he had a copy of Warcraft 3. And when they moved out, he forgot it. And I tried playing it myself when I was younger. And I think that's why I kind of fell in love with World of Warcraft. It was just because it was RTS at first, and I thought it was still an RTS game. And then when I played it and realized it was more RPG, or no, because I'm pretty sure it's an
MMO.
Yeah, it's an MMORPG. So, but RPG and MMORPG are not the same thing. Anyway, not trying to dive down that rabbit hole. Just, and then there was one other game I tried playing. I think when I was 11. I want to try buying it because it was actually really fun. It's called Age of Empires. Age of Empires. The first game, the way it starts is basically caveman times, and your whole goal is to, like, try and build up a civilization and try, like, collecting resources, actually, like, sending dudes out to hunt so that you can collect, like, a food resource so you can actually create more troops and everything. Like, I loved that game. And then the second one, it was more level based, actually, than the first one. And it would be like you got to build up your kingdom, like some of them on mobile, but the reason I just hate the mobile ones is they don't work like actual RTS games. And then the second one I loved. The third one had more levels, like, centered around, like, actual like characters, like Genghis Khan, and a bunch of other things, and I loved that game. And honestly, those might be the only like maybe 3 RTS games I've really tried playing, but I don't have an issue with RTS games. Star Wars RTS games I think are just stupid, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, they're kind of dumb, but I never actually got to finish those games because I kind of really got sick of it really quick, and that's also why like when I bought Halo Wars for the Xbox 360, I was like, oh, this will be fun, this will be cool, it's Halo, right? I knew it was an RTS, and I was like, this might be good, and like the story was not like driving at all for me. Like, it didn't catch my attention. It was literally like a basic bitch story that you could come up with for a 20-minute elementary school write that you do in class. Like, that's how I felt for like the first bit, because I didn't feel like there was anything really going on that was significant. It just felt like, another one of those basic things. But that's also a problem with Halo. Like, the first 2 Halo games literally deal with the fucking Halo ring. First 2 Halo games. I don't remember... Well, Halo 3 was a little different, but I played them out of order, and that kind of fucked it up for me. I played Halo 4 first, then I bought Halo 3, and then I played Halo Reach. And then, the first time I ever played Halo 1...
Combat Evolved.
Fuck you. Was when I bought the Master Chief Collection off Steam. First time I ever played it. I played the demo, and when I played Halo Combat Evolved on my computer with remastered graphics and everything, I was like, there's not much, like, there's story there, but it's not really like given to you up front, and I appreciated that.
So I'm gonna bring up 2 things though. So one, like, I do kind of agree with what you're saying, but no, like, just because of it's my whole like persona. Like, there is a much deeper story to Halo, and like you actually have to dig for it, and I think the story is amazing.
Yeah,
for
like
what it is.
The story is really good for what it is.
And then the second point I was going to bring up was the reason Combat Evolved is what it is because when Bungie was developing Halo, it was supposed to be an RTS game to begin with. It was. But then when they were trying to like play with the like the Warthog settings and its drivability, they realized that it was a lot more fun to like control the Warthog and drive it around. So yeah, Halo was originally supposed to be an RTS game. And
good God, I'm glad it was not.
Could you imagine though? We wouldn't have what we do today if it were an RTS game.
Dude, I probably never would have gotten into Halo. Either that or I'd be obsessed with RTS games to the point where it's the only shit I play.
It's a problem, yeah. My brother kind of has a problem, but he the only RTS game I know he can put time into is Halo Wars, but my brother basically like made his entertainment living on just trying to watch people play these different RTS games where you can make like different armies battle each other, like real armies, like historical armies like Spartans, Persians. And it's because he's also like a really big history buff, and so he got obsessed with RTS games that had those functions that use like real old armies and pin them against one another. And so yeah, my brother has this huge obsession to these RTS games, and we'll talk about wanting to play them. Oh wait, no, another one came to mind that he does play, and it's the fucking Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, that kid, for like a year, nonstop played it, and you would never hear the end of it.
Like, probably also the same with Fortnite. Because every single
for a time. Yeah.
Every single time since we've been friends that I ever went over to your place when we still lived with our parents, I only saw him play Fortnite. And I was so disappointed.
Dude, I was disappointed too.
I was so disappointed. It was like that game was
okay, so I kind of got into it for a time, and after only getting one win, never happened again. So I'm like, fuck battle royale games. But the only exceptions for me were like Blackout and Warzone, because Call of Duty is now making their battle royale better, and it's actually fun.
Yeah.
And fucking Fortnite is just Fortnite.
Fortnite's Fortnite, and it's terrible. 50 minutes. We've been talking.
We're at the 50-minute mark?
Yeah, we've
already.
Yep, we've been talking for 50 minutes. This is the kind of thing that I wanted for a podcast.
Yeah,
being able to get into a conversation, just go and talk about stuff, right? Like, since we only have about 9 minutes left now, I want to bring up something that we talked about, because this is actually very important to me, and that was the paranormal stuff.
Oh, that whole fucking thing. You know what? You can tell them, because I'm wanting to strangle you for you dropping in your tone because you're tired, and you're yawning just like a minute ago. Like I want to just slap you. But
dude, okay, no.
You tell them I need something to drink, or I might have a really bad headache and throw up all over this desk.
Dude, you need to grab my Mountain Dew from the fridge.
You know what? Suck my dick.
Please?
Fine.
Thank you, sir. No. Basically, I explained a story of my own paranormal experience that I dealt with before I left for basic training. And Elijah and I both kind of got really into it, and we started getting really deep into thought about what, like, the significance of what it was, right? And that, like, the different experiences that we can end up having if we decide to go further in and do stuff like that. Now, I'm well aware that could cause some conflict with our plans for video games, but I also think that, like, every once in a while we do something like that would be pretty cool.
But it's all about balance.
Yeah, we need the balance. And it's going to be...
It's just, in my entirety of wanting to make videos, it was just always gaming. And, like, yeah, paranormal stuff is cool, but so many other people do that, so we would have to try and do that in, like, a different manner.
Yep.
In a different way. But I don't know, man. I'm a bitch when it comes to scary shit.
I know.
Fuck it.
No, when you wanted me to take you up to where the last place that I saw it, you were freaking out, and I was like, dude, it's not even here. It's not even here, and your nerves got to you so fast. It was honestly pretty...
But I was also in the same state I was that night that I am now, and yeah.
Well, yeah, well, that's your fault, not mine.
You know what? You're right. It was my decision. You can still go fuck yourself.
Maybe tomorrow.
I'd rather not. I can't tell you to keep it PG because it's not for the kids.
Yeah, no. Why would we keep this for kids, man? We're adults. We can talk however we want.
When you talk to me like that one more time, you're not gonna wake up the next morning.
Dude, you'd be doing me a favor. Except not really, because
now you're bumming me out. Fuck you.
No, we got shit we gotta do with this now, so
this is your baby now that you've just had with me.
Oh yeah, no, I creamed all up inside you to make this thing.
You made it worse.
I know, I always do that. You know me. I always make jokes more sexual and disgusting. You know that. Awkward silence as Elijah stares at me.
Fuck you.
Oh man.
Well, I've got work to do. I gotta pre-record the shit out of some shit.
Dude, and then we also need to get this audio all nice and sexy for people's ears so that they're not getting ear raped by us talking about creaming and stuff.
I want to punch you in your not so perfect teeth.
Just thinking of that, I remember there's this one girl, she wore braces, right? She's like, I wish I had teeth like you. I was like, no, you don't. She's like, I'm wearing braces. How do you think I feel? And I'm like, I wish I had braces, but they're expensive. Why are braces so expensive? Explain that shit to me. And explain to me how my brother was able to get braces for free because it was medically necessary for him to have them. How does that make sense? Doesn't.
I couldn't fucking tell you.
Because it's weird.
I didn't finish school.
Yeah, and then here I am trying to figure out what I want to do for college.
Okay.
What, you think I'm just not going to go to college and work at Loaf and Joy for the rest of my life?
No, what I thought you were going to do is put more time into this so it can kick off and you never have to work a day in your life again.
No.
You're fucking disgusting. Literally, I'm now irritated with everything and everyone.
See, this is a perfect way to end a podcast right here, getting mad at each other because of stupid things.
No, the way we're going to end this podcast is I'm now going to nag you for not having a capture card so that we can't pre-record our Borderlands videos and actually put them up. So, you know what? Fuck you. I now have to go pre-record the shit out of other shit because I can't do Borderlands right now.
Dude, capture cards are expensive.
They're only $220.
$220 that I do not have.
Is this you making a joke or are you on something? Like, what the fuck?
No, I've already explained to you that I'm not going to waste away my money and drop below my set goal. And after I finish my payment for my truck that I just got, it's only going to leave me with $1,096. And I'm not dropping below 1,000. No way in hell.
That's it? No, I'm really just going to end this podcast by slapping you in the fucking face because commitment. We're here now. Gotta move more time into it. Speaking of time, I think my PlayStation needs me. So you all, enjoy yourselves while I go sit and do nothing. Canyon, take her away.
Bye, bitches.